flawless victory.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it might be where you are out there. Welcome back to the live stream. My name is Jeff Fritz.
Greetings, my excellent friend.
It is so good to see you today. Today, my friends, is February 9th, 2020. We're going to write a little bit of code today. We got a little something to celebrate. Today is my Partnerversary. Today's 1 year since I became a partner here on Twitch. Oh my goodness. That's a big deal. That is a huge deal. And we've got subscriptions like this.
You just resubscribed for 15 months. There is logic to the madness.
There is logic to the madness. So much logic. Thank you so much, Brave Cobra, for that 15 months. I'm looking, I've got some other subscriptions to recognize. There's Zoltra Lord, Chris Jones, Brave Cobra. Thank you so much. The hype train's already started. Oh my goodness. We are already started. The mic isn't on my head. It's just kind of tucked up there, honey pop. So good to see you. We've got 4.5 minutes left on level 1 of the hype train. We're at 75%. Are we going to get to level 2? Oh my goodness. Starting things off with a bang here. Good morning, Tagaron, Zoltralord, Devman, and Nell. How was the trip? I'll tell you about the trip in a few minutes here. Oh my gosh, that trip. Kate Chevrist. Hello, hello. 1 year of Twitch superpowers. It's amazing. Fairy Wings.
Fairy Wings just gifted 1 subs.
Thank you so much for that. 1 sub gifted into the channel. We hit level 2. 5 emotes shared out to friends because it's right there's what are they calling this thing? I still don't have an email on this. The Valentine's Day promotion they're doing here on Twitch. Congratulations, we've reached level 2 of the hype train. Mason talks code. Hello, Webface, Honey Pop. Yeah, the mic's not on my head. Shy Sharp is here. Unafraid Kevin. Hello. I can't believe the hype train already. That's insane. Yeah, there we go. I think I've got the green screen thing. This is what happens when you go away for a week and you come back and you have to move around all the things and reset your cameras and the like. How's it going, chat room? My goodness, so much is going on, and we're going to get into some more fun here today before we get too far. 4 minutes left on level 2 of the hype train. How's it going, Kabazi? Good to see you. So 1 year ago, my goodness, I was granted, I was blessed, is that the word, with partnership status here, and it's been a crazy year. I wanted to take a few moments up front and discuss and share and talk about what we've accomplished.
Lannon just resubscribed for 18 months. 1.5 years a sub. 7 months on the team. Dang, time flies.
Yes, time flies indeed, my friend. Thank you so much for that. Let me see if I can just adjust that color key real quick, because it's going to bug the crap out of all of us, I think. There we go. And we've done so much in that time. And there's a lot that I want to celebrate. I want to recognize. I want to thank you. No, not you. You. I want to thank for participating, for being a part of this community, for being a part of my Twitch life. Anybody who streams here on Twitch will tell you that without you, without a community, without viewers, without folks tuning in, participating, chatting in the chat room, it's just talking to a camera. It's just ranting into a microphone, and this channel, this stream would be nothing without your participation, without you helping things along, answering questions, playing those sound effects when it's appropriate to make fun of Jeff. That's a thing, isn't it? Right? We can absolutely do that. So thank you. I want to take a second and thank all of you for being here. My gosh, Landon puts it so well, being around for such a long time. The things that have changed and grown and happened, not just for this stream, but for my life because of what's happened here on Twitch. And certainly the Twitch superpowers, as it was referred to, that we've grown and been given 1 year ago. when we hit Twitch Partner really was something. It's special. It's something that I'm thrilled, I'm honored, and I'm happy to be able to extend and pay it forward, help other folks achieve more, do things that are going to let more folks learn about technology, that are going to enable other streamers, that are going to grow this genre of live coding beyond just the 5 or 6 of us at TwitchCon a year or so ago.
H0 Uspisuch just resubscribed for 11 months.
House Bisuk, thank you so much for that resub. 1 minute left on tier 2, trying to unlock tier 3 here of the hype train. I really appreciate 11 months of subscriptions. We're going to make a donation just like we do with all of our cheers, all of our bits this quarter to code.org. And we're going to talk more about some of those charities that we've worked with here in just a few minutes. I want to make sure we talk about that. I have a couple other sound effects that are in the chat room that you can launch today. I'll let you find them, figure them out, and find the appropriate time to drop those in. You can always run the help command to learn more. 30 seconds left on the hype train. There's a lot. I want to spend some time looking at some videos of what's happened in the past year. I pulled together a top 10 list of clips. That's kind of Letterman-ish, but David Letterman. But we'll have fun with that. We'll take a look at that. I've got a couple giveaways that I want to have scheduled, and we'll do throughout the morning here. And I want to talk about some of the things that are happening out on the Twitter. Some things that folks are hitting out there, and I want to make sure that we discuss and we recognize. Thank you so much for participating in that hype train. Really great stuff. We finished level 1, and everybody gets an emote for participating in the hype train. Tobo Nautilus says, been watching since I started to code on Core Wiki. Oh my goodness. Core Wiki was so long ago. The project became too complex, but got you back to watch the streams again. Thank you for the helpfulness to beginners. Well, thank you, Tobo Nautilus. Yeah, there's something to be said about projects that get a little bit too complex on stream. We ran into that with Core Wiki, but I think we've done a decent job trying to keep things reeled in here. Urvice want to do a public read-only live share. When we get to our code, I will set up that read-only live share for everybody. Absolutely. Make sure that's opened up and folks can take a look here. I have one of those voices that sound like I smoked Marlboros and drank whiskey my whole life. Well, I've been drinking whiskey, that's for sure, but I've never smoked a Marlboro. So that's a thing. That's totally a thing. Let's see here. So I want to show you a throwback real quick. Well, to when we got the announcement of Partner, I actually have, let me see if I can grab that email real quick, because not everybody gets to see these emails when they come out from Twitch, because it's kind of a big deal when you see this come into your mailbox, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this happened. Here it is, and the date was actually February 7th. That I received the email. Let me zoom in on this a little bit, and I'll change over so that you can see. Here we go. There it is. You get this email when you're invited. Congratulations, you're invited to the Twitch Partner Program. Copper Beardy
just resubscribed for 14 months. Party, popper, party, popper.
Oh my.
Thank you so much, Copper Beardy. I appreciate that. And he's another member of the Live Coders team. We'll talk more about them in a minute. So this is the email you get that says here, you've been invited. Congratulations. We want you to be a part of the Twitch Partner Program. And it's a big deal. It's kind of exclusive. There's 13,000 partners compared to the 1.3 million people that are broadcasting on Twitch regularly. So you're looking at maybe the top 10%, maybe a little bit less than the top 10% are partners on Twitch. So I'm honored to be considered one of those folks, and to go in and be able to talk and speak towards and represent Twitch, to be frank, when it comes to some of the things that are going on out there in the community. So I announced partnership like this.
That hop around and jump into that game. So
The first big announcement that I have was from yesterday. A lot of you saw this. I put it up there on Twitter. I also put it on Facebook. It was in the Discord server. Yes, I did make Twitch partner, and you now have all the resolutions available to you every time you come visit over there in the bottom right corner of the screen. Big deal. Oh wow. Whoop-de-doo. Jeff, you got partner. Yay. But my friend Ellie-Face learned that I got partnered, and this was her reaction.
C-sharp Fritz, wait a minute! Fritz! Fritz, do you see that? Guys! Is it just me? Fritz!
I don't know. What happened?
What happened? Who knew?
I don't know if he knows.
I don't
know
know.
what to tell him. Oh, we got spooks.
We got spooks.
So what happened to Fritz?
Run.
You did it! Fritz! Holy guys, Fritz got partnered!
He got partnered, he did.
Ah!
Wait a minute, what?
That's the kind of reaction you expect, right? This is a big deal. My goodness. That's still the #1 viewed clip on her channel. Yes, I bleeped it because this is a family-friendly channel, and I wanted to make sure that we didn't offend anybody, we didn't catch anybody. But you can watch the unbleeped version. It's over there on Ellie-Face's channel, and you can catch up on exactly how that went. We've done a number of projects in the year since. We've worked on tools for the Stream Deck. We've worked on bots, chat bots. We've worked on Blazor. We're working on Blazor applications. We're working on Blazor components now, and we've come a long way in the year since those announcements happened. And I want to make sure that I also thank you because of your generosity, because of your participation in subscribing and cheering. We've donated in the last year more than $8,000 to charities, and that just feels good to me. That is important to me, that we've paid it forward, and we've lifted up and we've raised other organizations, folks that need help. I'm happy to give you all the emotes, all the ads being turned off here on stream, all those features, all those things that Twitch gives us, and enable things like channel points, and have a good time together learning and writing code on stream. But we've also had a little bit of fun, and I put together a top 10 list of some of the clips from the past year, and I want to share some of those with you about what's happened here on this channel. And then I want to talk about some things that have happened with the live coders. So here's some clips from the past year. It's pretty quick. Only be here for a couple minutes. I have shared that the JF1021 is Mama C# Fritz. WebProv, thanks so much for the follow. She went in for a procedure this morning and was declared cancer-free today. I'm going to hold it together, but I am so happy to hear that. Yeah. It's stuff like this I'm thrilled to share with you. Thanks so much, chat room. That is amazing news. So, thank you, Svava. Welcome, Raiders. My name's Jeff, and I'm writing code.
The teller controls in there now.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you take a look at this,
This was
now
that
I've got
build.
these nice headers across here.
The filter.
I've got the filters here.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty slick stuff.
I love.
I can sort. Look at this.
Yeah, and it's all client side.
And if you look at it, if you look at the source code for this, wow, this looks a lot like web forms.
Yeah, right.
There's your grid. It's taking the data from the forecast. It's got pageable true, sortable true, filterable true.
So prophetic from Scott Hunter.
I love that. Just
6 months before we started on our project. And it knows how to bind to it.
And you can see here's the types that we have here. Here they are bound up here, field.
Hey, ancient code.
There's the title.
That's right.
There's a little fancier one over here.
To do formatting. Okay.
Do some formatting to a short date string.
Blazor. If you're a .NET developer, programming with Blazor just feels right. It does. Because you're going to continue using C#. The same reasons that folks like using Node. You have the explaining and teaching people what Blazor is was a huge thing for us on channel. Building your microservices because you're already comfortable with C# this is big. With .NET. Using Blazor means you can take that knowledge all the way forward and run in the browser. Thank you for the follow, AACRGG. We'll talk about those folks in a little bit as well. You've got your application. It runs really great to meet you last night. Knowledge, that same C# language and tooling on every browser. This isn't a plugin. This isn't a runtime that's specific. There's all kinds of we brought all kinds of and more hijinks. Still sealed. Oh yes. Sealed Visual Basic. Look at that. This is at Microsoft Studios.
Grabbing it all. Goodness gracious.
Absolutely. Here, I'm going to grab the front page. We're going to open up front page for a second. No. That one's empty. It is open. No, it's still in here. Is it? Front page is in the box. Look, there's even. That's Chef Brent, Ellie Face, Santosh, and Fanny Reinders. All of them stream now.
That Visual Basic box is gigantic.
Wow, it is. It's a big boy.
Do I need to bring this down?
That is a big box.
We've had Chat observe our surroundings
Look at
now.
this. That is.
Whoa. Have some Visual Basic.
How many discs are in this? Oh my god.
It's heavy.
Look at how big this thing is.
That's Azure, right there.
Oh man.
Thank you for choosing Microsoft. Wow. This is only a test. If this were a real Fritz emergency, you'd be hearing about freaking out and panic. No panic.
Oh, good morning, Ash. I'm sure you're loving it.
Hamster mode. What's so great? What did you do? I found it. And I wasn't using Verizon as a search engine. Verizon injected a DNS redirect. That's right, fossils. Punks. That Visual Basic was Visual Basic 5. Verizon.
Shame.
15.
Shame.
No.
Shame.
Shame on you, Verizon. Almost 25 years old now. Got to close the div myself. Yep. Can't. I know. Seriously. Can't get good help these days. People closing divs. What do you think I am? What am I, a professional div closer here? Yes, I am. So those were the top 10 clips that we had over the past year, things that we had done together here on this stream, and it is tremendous to share the learning, the laughs, certainly the emotional things. And I am, if those folks that have watched for a long time, you know that I'm not ashamed to shed a tear to share my emotions with you and make sure that I share the highlights and the lowlights with you as good things happen, bad things happen, our joys, our victories, and it's always been a pleasure and an honor to be able to spend that time with you while we're together here on Twitch. Steve remembers getting Borland C++ when he was a kid. It was like 7 floppies and about 48 pounds of manuals. Yes, right? That was that thing back in the day. My goodness. Tired Ewok missed a lot of these clips the first times. You only relatively recently found me through Fierce Kittens. Oh, the Fierce Kittens. Yes. Thank you for the follow. Liquid Spy 6. Appreciate you tuning in. It's so good to see you. Robert Tables is here. Hello, Robert. Windows 95 on like 40 floppy disks. That was a great day. So here's the thing. We used to get, when we were kids in college, we would get the 3-foot long, you might call it a submarine sandwich. Here in the Philly area, we call it a hoagie. You'd get the 3-foot long hoagie from the Wawa. Wawa's like 7-Eleven, except it's a Philly area thing and it's a deli first. And they make really good food there. Really great coffee. So we would get the 3-foot long hoagie box. And that hoagie box was just slightly bigger than the 3.5-inch floppies. So after we'd finish sharing our 3-foot long sandwich with our friends, we'd clean it out and we'd put all of our floppies in there. And wouldn't you know, a third of that box was always the Windows 95 floppies? But you were able to carry around, here's all the floppies I need to rebuild my machine, because it had Windows 95, it had Doom in there, it had Office. You need to install Doom before you install Office. That's just the way it works when you're a kid in college at that time, right? And that's how it was. So, really great time. My goodness, I had so much fun with that. And Disk 38 was broken. Yes, Wawa's amazing. It's a Mid-Atlantic thing. It's all the way down into Florida now. Really great to see how they've grown that organization. Thank you, Sean. Good morning. Happy anniversary. Thank you so much for that. WordPerfect 2 on 5 1/4 floppy disks. My goodness, yes. Oh my goodness. And you had the template that you put on top of your keyboard that told you what each one of the function keys did. Crazy stuff. What's my opinion on the Cold Fusion syntax coding style, asks Honeypop. I don't remember that at all. I don't remember Cold Fusion. I wasn't a Cold Fusion developer, so I don't remember too much of that. But I want to make sure that I call out, and I want to say thank you here to, oh, hey, Baron of Cheese, welcome. I didn't see that. Kinga is here. Hello. Jean Valjean. Make sure I say hello to everybody. I want to make sure that I take a second here, and I want to thank some of the other folks that, as of the end of February, and I need to get the actual date of this down, but as of the end of February 2019, the Live Coders started. There was just a science and technology category. We didn't have some place that you could go and find, here's the people that are doing educational technology, that are doing fun things with technology, that you can interact with, you can talk to live on Twitch whenever the spirit moved you. And it started off, there were only 10 to 20 of us. There was a group of, I think it was 6 of us at TwitchCon 2018 in San Jose. I remember sitting around the table. It was myself, it was Noop Cat, Suze Hinton. It was Talk to Me Guzman, Eric Guzman, Node Botanist. Coming around, it was Brian Clark. It was Mark Miller, Code Rushed. And we talked about, hey, wouldn't it be great if we could really grow this live coding thing? If this was a thing that we could do more than just a few of us who happen to be out there writing code on Twitch, and interacting with folks and having a good time. And when I got Partner, I knew immediately what I needed to do. I went and I started that team. I hit the button on the Twitch website that said, hey, I'd like to request a team be made. And now we have the Live Coders team. livecoders.dev. You can see more about it. There are 112 members of this team. Tim Baudet, Shale Codes, Honest Dan Games, Stoicsoft, Freeman, Codephobia, How to Code Well. Look at all these people that are writing code live on Twitch right now, and I'm very happy to say we almost have 24-hour coverage. Almost 24-hour coverage, where there is somebody out there writing code, teaching about technology and software every hour of the day. I don't care what time zone you're in. We have 4 continents covered with Live Coders. North America, South America, Europe, Australia. I want to get more folks into Asia. I want to get on that 5th continent. I want to get some Live Coders in Africa. I want to encourage folks everywhere. That's where I want to reach out and help people. It's not just me writing code here, having a good time. It's great to be able to talk to you folks and talk about all the great stuff that's going on out there for technology. Our friend Lannon has already put together this really great heat map that you can see here that shows you when these folks are broadcasting, and it's just about all hour long. The entire week, you can find a minimum of 1 person broadcasting. There's a couple of holes, but we're going to fix that. Look at this, 13 people broadcasting at once, and you can watch and learn about technology. Steve, you're right, Antarctica will be difficult. I might pass on Antarctica, but we want to get folks being able to broadcast, talk to you in different languages. We have Portuguese Live Coders now. We have Brazilian Live Coders, French-speaking Live Coders, German-speaking Live Coders. We've got folks that broadcast in different languages, not just English, and we're continuing to grow in this movement of encouraging folks to learn about technology is happening everywhere. Which kind of leads me to a little bit of last night. I was at the Philadelphia Live Streamers Meetup, and it's sponsored by Twitch, and all kinds of folks were there. I happened to be one of 3 partners in the Philadelphia region. There were only 2 of us there last night, and it's tremendous to be able to see these folks, encourage them, work with them, and want to collaborate with them. But our new friend in the chat room there, AACRGG, that is, let me make sure I have this right. Let me make sure I get the full name here. Yeah, I don't. It is the American Association of Cancer Researchers, and they are in the Philadelphia area, and they want to start helping folks. They want to start working with folks on Twitch to see what they can do to raise awareness and at some point do a little fundraising to help cancer researchers out there. They're doing a tremendous job issuing grants so that we can beat this disease. So I'm happy to help all of our charities that have engaged with us, whether it's a technical charity like Code.org or Coder Dojo, or it's, you know what, it's a charity that's going to help folks get better, like St. Jude or AACR. Let's see what we can do to beat these terrible diseases, get people a great education so they can live better through technology. All right, let me see what else is going on here. Scrolling around, oh my goodness. Over 100 hours of live video content from the live coders every day. That's huge, right? Let me continue looking at the chat room here, because there's a lot of great questions, and I'll get some music playing, and we'll get into a little bit of we'll get into our coding here. Baron of Cheese, I've been wanting to start doing live coding. It's just making the commitment and getting the initial setup running. You know what? Pushing the button for that first time. That first time that you do that it's intimidating, but it's something that anybody can do. I encourage you to do it. Let us know when you're going to start, when you want to try it out, and we'll encourage you. We'll have folks stop by. We'll make sure that we give you frank feedback to help you be a better broadcaster. We want to see more people be successful. We don't want to knock anyone down, but we want to encourage folks to bring their experience, their learning, their technology, their niche out there so other folks can learn. So please, and you don't need to have the greatest setup and technology. You don't need fancy lights, fancy microphone. You can do it with just your gamer headset and a webcam. You don't even need a webcam, but give it a try. Push the button, try it for an hour, talk to folks, and see how you feel. A lot of the folks on the Live Coders team, like Copper Beardy and where'd he go? Robert Tables out there. Lannon BR will tell you it is such a rush. It is such a good time to be able to talk and pair program with the folks that are watching. Launch party indeed, Daredevil Ops. That's a great idea. That's a great way to put it. Maybe that's something we as live coders can do, is help with launch parties for folks. Maybe. Turbo Nautilus says, did I experience some Microsoft internal trouble because I'm using Twitch instead of Mixer? Mixer seems to be way behind in non-game related streams. And that's right there. Thank you for the follow. Is that Shabrex? Welcome. I did get a little bit of pushback that I should try Mixer, and for a while, back in January, February of 2018, we did use Mixer. And it, quite frankly, doesn't have the features, doesn't have the community, doesn't have the folks there that would make continuing to broadcast to Mixer a valuable experience. So we stopped broadcasting to Mixer it was about February 2018. So Honey Pop is currently running a Blazor library open source project. Nice. What keeps me motivated continuing to do my own? Asks Honey Pop right here. What keeps me motivated is kind of the attention that we give each other here on stream to, hey, we need to get this done. We need to move forward and do the next thing. I'm a believer in checklists and putting things down in writing and saying, hey, we need to accomplish these things. And I feel better when I have those checklists marked off and done. So that kind of keeps me motivated. I also use a lot of my own libraries in my own projects, and I'm not necessarily doing that on an outward-facing project with the current library that we're working on. But I am working on an ebook that I am referencing, and I want to finish the two together. So the book references and has a complete library, and that's a work thing. So you have to get this done for your job. So we're working on that. You wish you could stream, but at home they can't really do it because everybody wants to hear baby babbling. Oh, I'm sorry. Unless everyone wants to hear the baby babbling. That's not too bad. I think there's a place for that on streaming. Who will be the first to live stream from Mars, says MJT. I don't know. Let's see what else is going on here. Hey, Frackberg. Hello. Happy Sunday indeed. All right. Let me get some music playing here in the background. And no, wait. I'm not going to get some music playing in the background. You know what? Let's do a sticker giveaway first. And then we will... and then I want to talk about some of the things that have been going on in technology on Twitter. And move forward and get into our code.
Just resubscribed for 6 months.
6
Amazing
months.
community. Congratulations and keep up the good work.
Thank you so much. I very much appreciate that. 6 months, that's going to put you into a blue hat, the subscriber loyalty badge there. Thank you so much for that. A what? What, Kate? We're going to do a sticker giveaway. Absolutely. A shout out for Elon Musk? Really? We are. We're very kid friendly. We're family friendly here. I want to make sure that nobody feels intimidated. Nobody feels bullied. Everybody's welcome to participate. Everybody's welcome to be a part of this channel, this community. There is no gatekeeping, right? We want to make sure that we family friendly talk, and inclusive and positive language that we're doing here. Fritz friendly indeed. Protopoly. That's a great way to describe it. Let me head over and let's run a giveaway for a sticker pack here. Exclamation point here in the chat room will put you in the box, and it'll get you an opportunity to win a sticker giveaway. I have a couple of these queued up. I even have a hat that I'm going to be sending out here. But drop your name in there with an exclamation point here, and just like some of these folks you've seen up here and here, we'll get you in the box. We'll get you part of this raffle so that we can send out some stickers today. I think we're going to do at least one more sticker giveaway, and we'll give away something a little bit extra at the end of the stream. But you need to stick around for all of it. Not everywhere, Freckberg, just here. And not rigged, Brave Cobra. It's not rigged. Totally not rigged. This is the finest raffle tool. No, I can't back that up. It's a tool that I found that works really nicely. How's that work? The Lash tools are really great. Essam asks, is application insights in Blazor client side possible? Should be. Haven't tried it, but I would guess it is. Rigged more than oil rig. Marcus! Not going to enter, already have the stickers and won't... that's quite fine, Copperbeardy. Thank you for that generosity there. All right, let's do it. Everybody in? Everybody ready to go? Let's give it 30 seconds. And we'll kick off the giveaway. So, using dev/urandom or the less random /dev/random. Oh, see? We're not on Linux. This is Windows. That's really loud. My goodness. And then we'll get into our code. We'll have our live share today. All right. Let's do this. Let's give away some stickers. Oh, yeah. Round and round it goes. Who are we going to give them to? And... oh, my goodness. Robertables! Congratulations, sir. Totally not rigged. I think I have your information, but let me know, and I will mail out a sticker pack to you. Totally rigged. That's right, Honey Pop. You got it. Thank you so much for participating. And I'm going to close that. I'm going to restart the bot, the other bot, my bot. Can't stop the bot. Can't stop. Rerun that. And we will get into that in a little bit. So, something that's kind of been a hallmark of this channel is that I like to make sure that everybody, it's not just inclusive, but we talk about everybody's favorite tools as best we can. And I've shown this by doing May is for Macs, right? Every May we spend the entire month working in the Macintosh on .NET and web code. We have Ubuntober, where we spend the entire month of October in Ubuntu Linux, programming and working with building applications while in a Linux operating system. And that's tremendous. That's been a great thing that we've been able to share and work on together and learn about. And there's been a bit of chatter on Twitter over the past, I'll say 48 hours, where folks are being very dogmatic about the various tools that they use and how you use them. And you must use them this way or else you're not a real developer. And it got me thinking. And folks were actually got kind of I got some interesting responses to this because I wanted to put my opinion out there that folks can use whatever makes them happy, that makes them productive. So I wrote this blog post, this tweet. I like the Azure portal. I'm a professional developer and I use the Azure portal to build and deploy services. Why? I don't change my production every day. I don't touch the cloud services every day. I spend my day writing code. It's interesting to me that I typed the word environment, and that's what popped out from the iPhone, and it didn't autocorrect that. Like, how does what is that? And this did it. Yes, Stelzy. It popped out of the visual user interface versus CLI discussion, and it makes me sad that there are people who say, you know, you're not a real developer unless you use the command line interface, and that using visual interfaces to interact and build and work with things in your technical projects is somehow less credible, right? The only credibility that people have in the industry of software development, in the technical field, the only credibility that you have is that you shipped something. You shipped code that other people are using. Other than that, if you wrote some code that you yourself use and it works for you, that's nice. Does that help your outward credibility? No, not really. But if you shipped code, you shipped a product, you wrote something that other people are using, even if you shared code, you wrote open source code, you published code, maybe it's in an article, maybe it's on a GitHub repository, and other people are using that, that's credibility. Don't let anybody tell you anything else. It doesn't matter what tool you use. I don't care if you wrote it in Fortran, you wrote it in C#, you wrote it in Visual Basic, you wrote it in, dare I say, JavaScript. That's okay. If you shipped, you've done something important. You've made a contribution, right? Use Terraform. Absolutely, Brave Cobra. Do that. If that makes you happy, go for it, right? Every developer can be a real developer. And don't tell me HTML. Folks that write HTML and design websites, don't tell me that they're not real developers. They're as much a developer as that C++ developer that's writing the coolest, latest, greatest game out there. They're writing Fortnite. They're writing PUBG, whatever that game might be. That's great. But the folks that build the web, that write HTML, that write CSS, it's pretty darn hard. And they're important too. They're developers also. You're not a real programmer if you're not writing everything in APL. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Eagle Hansen is here. I agree. Use the tools and techniques that make you productive. Let me, before I finish reading Eagle's comment, that kind of leads me to confession number 2. I right-click and publish in Visual Studio. I don't need a hardened process. I just want to get something on the cloud that friends can use. Right-click, publish, amazing productivity tool. A lot of folks had a real hard time with that comment. A real hard time with that comment. But I'm going to finish reading Eagle's comment here. No shame in not knowing everything. I also think it's very awesome that me, Jeff, and the other live coders can show a little of how it is for someone with our level of experience to code. It helps a lot of viewers with imposter syndrome. We'll talk about imposter syndrome here for a minute. I want to make sure that's something that we absolutely talk about. To see someone with that much experience also struggle with new stuff and not just code 10x faster for themselves. Yeah, there's something there as well. Diddle Dan says, not COBOL, not Fortran. Absolutely. Every developer matters, says Honey Pop. That is tremendous. You are 100% correct there, Honey Pop. Let me put that up on the screen there. That is important. Every developer does matter. Angstrom Jess is here. Good morning, my friend. Well, good evening. So good to see you. Yeah, we're going to get into some code in just a minute here. Yes, and Copperbeardy shows how you can make all the mistakes and then try to fix them. Absolutely. And that stream time is wrong again. Are you kidding? I don't know what that is. That makes me sad. Why that stream time is so wrong. Because it should be about 46 minutes we've been going. So, Kate's doesn't like TDD and never use it on personal projects. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I like using test-driven development, TDD, to make sure to kind of pin functionality that I know I'm going to be tinkering around with, and I want to make sure I don't break. It's an insurance policy. It's a way that I can make sure that as I'm writing code, I don't break things that were previously working. Because I've got tests that verify they still work the same way that I expected them to work previously. Continuing down that thought, as I add new features, I can write tests that exercise and show, here's how it's broken. Then I know how it's fixed. And sometimes that actually helps shorten my development cycle because I can run those tests a heck of a lot faster. Travis T, I'm sorry.
Happy Partnerversary.
Thank you so much. And we're going to make a donation to code.org. Thank you so much. The bot's anticipating the upcoming 12-hour stream. You're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. It could be. So this got a bunch of folks worked up, but I want to make sure that you know and that you've seen and the things that I've shared here on stream. Use whatever tools make you happy. I've put down in there in the channel points box, right? It's over down there. If you click that orange gear, you can force me to use another editor. You want me to use Notepad. You want me to use VI. Bring it on. I'm happy to use all those tools and show you just how cool it is to write code in those. My preferred editor is Visual Studio 2019, but use what makes you happy. Be productive. And if those tools make you happy, I'm happy to share them and show, and you can put me in a little bit of pain while I'm doing that because they're not my preferred tools. And we can laugh along and build together. So, people who judge you for using Notepad++, says Protopoly.com. Right. Absolutely. That's not something that we need to spend time on. Blow them off. Who cares? Let them be upset. They're not controlling you or what you've accomplished. So, that's not where I want to spend some time looking today. I want to take a look. We've got a couple pull requests here we're going to get into. We're going to talk about and discuss here on stream. Oh, we mentioned, I want to make sure I talk about imposter syndrome real quick. Before I get into the pull requests here, let's talk about imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome is one of those things. Let me head back over here. Hello. Because I'm not writing the code just yet. This happens to all of us. It happens to every streamer. I don't know anybody who this does not happen to. This also happens to folks who go on stage and speak at conferences, any kind of public speaking, because this isn't natural to be for a human to be addressing hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of people, or the millions that are watching right now. No, that's not the way it is. it's hard. You're going to feel like, gosh, am I good enough? Does somebody know more than me? Am I really the expert that people think I am? And there's a lot of social anxiety that comes along with that. Thank you for the follow, Zulu King. Appreciate you joining us, and I look forward to seeing you in the chat room. So this is natural to think, am I good enough? Am I? And then the perfectionism starts to dial in, where, oh, I'm going to prepare. I'm going to do all these things to make sure that I've got all the corners covered. You end up putting too much pressure on yourself. You end up then fighting this fight of, am I good enough? And I need to make myself better, and I need to prep and do more so that I'm ready and I'm prepared for whatever may happen. I hope you've learned from the clips that we showed earlier. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to not be perfect. It's okay for folks to know more. That's why I share and ask you, chat room, questions and try and get some direction and some feedback. I don't have all the answers. I'm not the best developer. I'm a guy with an ugly beard and a bad haircut, sitting in front of a camera in his extra bedroom, talking to you, having a good time, and hopefully I'm just the drum major at the front of the parade, and we're having a good time working together. Some days Daredevil Ops is the bomb. Some days they just bomb. Yes. Angstrom Jimmy is here. Oh my goodness. Hello. Even Hanselman has imposter syndrome. Yes, he does. Absolutely. Everybody that I talked to last night at the Philly Twitch community meetup, we all talked about the nervousness you feel before you push that go live button. I have a physical button here on my Stream Deck that I press to go live. There is a lot of nervousness behind that, and it's the same nervousness that folks get before they step on stage to speak to a group. It's okay. It's natural. Thank you for the follow, Angstrom Jess. I really appreciate that. I want to make sure I thank Angstrom Jess and Angstrom Jimmy. There they are in the chat room. They were the hosts. They were the organizers for the Sveitog conference we were at this week.
Mara Jostibler just resubscribed for 4 months.
No.
Congratulations.
Mary Jo Stabler. Mary Jo's another member of the Live Coders team. Thank you so much, Mary Jo. And I appreciate you being a member of the team and helping out. Mary Jo has been spending time on her stream working on and showing some of the design that she's doing to help the rest of the team build the new Live Coders website. That's how important folks that do build and do design are to the whole development process. Without it, what do we really have? We don't have a cool front end, cool looking thing. So thank you, Mary Jo. I really appreciate your help to make the Live Coders website. And we're going to launch that here very soon. We're so excited about the designs that she's put together and that she's been sharing and working with on her community on her website. Thank you so much, Mary Jo. And Lannon's been working on the data analytics. Really great stuff that Lannon's working on. It's really neat. Honey Pop asks, who can join the Live Coders team? Real easy. Folks that want to join the Live Coders, we're looking for folks that are outgoing and welcoming and encouraging in their chat rooms. We want to make sure that they're teaching with their technology, not just showing, but teaching. And there are folks who will take time and focus for an hour or two and then talk to chat and answer questions about their projects. And that's okay. That's great to see. We want to make sure that folks are actually writing code, doing things with technology. It's not necessarily about code, but we've got folks who are doing 3D programming, folks that are doing hardware, right? Our friend Robert Tables does Silicon Saturday, putting together hardware on Saturdays. That's fantastic. We want to make sure that they're encouraging. And the last requirement, we want to make sure that folks are at least a Twitch affiliate. That way we know you're committed, you're on the platform, and you're going to continue doing great things. We've got other folks who are partners, like Lana Lux, who's building games in Unity, and the Primogen, who's working on building Netflix. He works for Netflix. He's building the Netflix clients live on Twitch. Check them out. Members of the Live Coders team, really great stuff. So, and we all have that same fear, that imposter syndrome about pressing that button. Don't be afraid of it. Embrace it. I think back to what what they said in TV show Lost. Maybe I can find that real quick. The character Jack at the beginning of the series talked about he got so nervous because of what happened when he made a mistake and cut open somebody's vertebrae, right? And the nerves all spill out. What do you do? Here, this is what he said. Let's see if we can get this to. I'm going to hit an advertisement here from. Thanks so much. I don't want to hear that advertisement. We'll see if we can get through this. Yeah, it looked like angel hair pasta. That's right. Robert Tables learned to solder right on stream. Don't be scared. What's the worst that can happen? You learn a valuable skill. Exactly. Here it comes.
I might throw up on you.
You're doing fine.
You don't seem afraid at all.
I do this before I go on stage.
Well, fear is sort of an odd thing.
Okay.
When I was in residency, my first solo procedure was a spinal surgery on a 16-year-old kid, a girl. And at the end, after 13 hours, I was closing her up, and I accidentally ripped her dural sac. It's right at the base of the spine where all the nerves come together. Membrane as thin as tissue. And so it ripped open.
Terrible. I mean, it's a story, but
just spilled out of her like angel hair pasta. Spinal fluid flowing out of her. And the terror was just so crazy.
it happens.
So real.
Yeah.
And I knew I had to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
So I just made a choice.
What did you do?
I'd let the fear in. Let it take over. Let it do its thing. But only for 5 seconds. That's all I was going to give it.
Just 5.
So I started to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it was gone.
I do this before I step on stage at every conference.
I went back to work, sewed her up, and she was fine.
Okay? Everybody feels it. Everybody does it. And you can move on from it. Really cool stuff, okay? Let me get some music playing here in the background, and let's get in. Let's merge some code. I agree, Brave Cobra. Thank you so much, everybody, for this little walk down memory lane. I wanted to spend that hour talking about the partnership, thanking you, and spending some time having a good time together talking about this. So, in the background today, we're going to play, of course, some music to code by Kinga. Thank you so much for those 200 bits. We'll make a donation to code.org. Thank you for the follow. Angelo's Amusements. Welcome in. Thank you so much. Today, I think we're going to play one of my favorites. This is called Indigo. This is from Music to Code By from our friend, Mr. Carl Franklin. Scientifically designed. It's engineered to get you in the flow, get you in the groove, so that whatever task it is you're working on, you can just get stuff done. Get focused. All right. mtcb.pwop.com. You can execute the music command in the chat room. Get some more information about this. It's $39 and you get 20 tracks. Really great stuff. Each track is about 25 minutes long. It'll help you get focused and get stuff done. Check it out. All right, friend? Thank you so much, Smab, for the link. Yeah, for merging. Don't know what that means, but it sounds like a good thing. PSU Girl is here. Hello, hello, my friend.
Greetings, my excellent friend.
Welcome in. Gotta try it. Yeah, take that 5 seconds. Think about whatever it is that you're scared, that you're afraid of. Let it. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. All right, let's do this. And get it done. Focus, and you can do it. Art for the Apocalypse is here too. Welcome on in, friends. Hello, hello. So we've got some source code to merge here. We've got some updates, some changes to our BlazorWebFormsComponents project that we've been working on here on stream. These are components that are built for Blazor, the latest Microsoft user interface framework that's available for folks to build web pages and web applications. But we're also making this framework so that it's a shim. It's a compatibility layer that's going to help us migrate our code from ASP.NET Web Forms, that web technology that's been around since 2001, 2002, and copy and paste our markup with minor changes and get it working in Blazor. And that's what we're going to spend some time. We're going to merge some changes here. We're going to talk about some things that have gone on around the project. I think we've got a little bit of documentation that I want to touch up here. I want to look at some of the tests, some of the spiked solutions we were tinkering with. And let's see if we can move forward and get productive. And then we'll get back into our TreeView component and do some cool work there. Kates makes a very good point here. Showing other people the journey is incredibly valuable and helps everyone to destigmatize the concept of failure. Yes, it's okay to fail. Fail quick, learn, and move forward. Completely agree. Art for the Apocalypse says, is music to code by stream friendly for everyone? Let me bring that up. I've been granted a special dispensation from Carl. I would encourage you to talk to him before you use it on stream.
Lucky knows 7 Evan just resubscribed for 8 months.
Thank you so much. Lucky number 7. Appreciate that. Andy, thank you so much for being a live coder and being part of the team here and part of this community. Thank you so much. Honey Pop asks, let me make sure I bring this one up. Have I checked out the mobile Blazor bindings? I've seen them. I talked to Elon Lipton, who was presenting them at .NET Conf. Really neat stuff. Not something that I'm focused on right now because I want to get the web update experience done, built, in my writing for it, because I'm writing an ebook for it. Get that done, and I'll come back around and look at mobile later. Thank you for the question, Honey Pop. It's a mistake a lot of people make conflating practical failure with moral failure. Yes, absolutely. All right. Let me get back into this. Let's take a look at the pull requests that we have hanging out here. Kabazi, we still need a couple tests here for the range validator, and we'll get that into the mix. Chubby Badger, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you joining us here. Hey Azure Sharp, hello. We'll do another giveaway. We're gonna give away some more stickers here in just a few minutes. We'll do these merges, and I'll do this merge, and we'll do another sticker giveaway here, because we're gonna load up the giveaways today. We've got one more we'll do at the end of. We'll do one more at the end of the stream. We're gonna give away. I think at the end of the stream, we're gonna give away a backpack with a little bit of swag from some of our friends at Twilio, JetBrains. We'll throw some stickers in there, make it a whole prize pack that we'll send out to anywhere in the world. Just stick around and you can be a part of that raffle, that giveaway later on. Yeah, and it's a Live Coders backpack too. It's got the Live Coders logo on it. So the other pull request that we have here, it's marked in draft, is from this is Gareth Leachman. Gareth's jumped in and has been quite vocal, asking questions and pushing and doing a little bit of discussion here on the project recently, and took this issue to put together some unit tests for the footer style of the data list. And Gareth put together a couple of unit tests. It looks like 10 of them for us, to make sure that the footer style works properly. So taking a look here, we have a sample after Blazor server-side pages, control samples, data list, footer style. That's where we put our samples so that other folks can see and learn how to use things. Put together a little sample here. There's a data list, footer template, and setting values in the footer style from inline attributes. Nice. So back color, fore color, background color, border style, border width, nice. I'm okay with how you did the back color here. There's other ways to do that. It'll work, but that's pretty cool. And also specifying the footer style back color blue. I really want to get right. I want to get away from having to wrap this in child content. You shouldn't have to do that. We'll have to take a look at that. There's got to be a better way to do this. So, sticking points. It was great meeting you. And absolutely great to meet you yesterday, Sticking Points. Thank you for tuning in today. So in a little bit of code to make sure that that renders and presents properly. We'll take a look and make sure that that renders properly. And there's even a navigation link now inside of control samples data list. Okay, that's at the navigation at the top of that. Footer style class, yeah. So this is showing, this is a test showing flow layout and making sure that it does appropriately apply those styles. Should not be null, should be class. Very good. It's applying the class. Footer style empty. If it's empty, it doesn't do anything. Yeah. Okay. And there should be no style. Footer style, if you specify a style. So there's style information like back color, border style. That all works. Martin!
Martin Vinstom just resubscribed for 10 months.
Thank you so much, Martin. 10 months in a row. Really appreciate that. And twice?
Martin Vinstom just resubscribed for 10 months.
Thank you so much, Martin. I appreciate that. And we'll make another donation to code.org. And all of our subs, they're going to get 17 emotes that we have here on the channel. Things like that Fritzbot. Gritty, right? The end thens. Oh, we love the end thens on this channel. And you're going to get to throw emotes at my face as well. That's the most important part. Scrolling down just a little bit more, we have header style class. This is he has a console write line in here, and then you can write some more. There's a couple new there's a couple new commands that you can drop in there with some new sound effects. Yeah, there they are. Anticipation is in there. Make it so. Let me see. Figured out is now in there. Yeah, just a couple of new ones. So, let's see. This console write line here, I'd like to see that removed. Oh, I can revert that change here. I'd rather comment on it first before I go and say anything. Can we drop this extra console write line? No. I'd prefer not to have this extra console write line in the final code. Please delete. There we go. Add that single comment. So here's footer style class, and it's, I'm assuming, showing that my class got applied. Yes, good. Footer style empty. Yep, just making sure that there is no style applied. Footer style on table layout, and that it properly applied that. This removed footer style razor CS. Cleared out a couple extra using statements. That's fine. Okay. Overall looks good. And when we look at the conversation here, this compiled and all the tests ran properly. And there's a couple of, well, I can't merge it, right? But it did pass the checks otherwise. Really great stuff. The Bald Bearded Builder is here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Yes, that's Michael Jolly. Thank you for being a part of our Live Coders team. That was possible because of the partnership that Twitch granted me. And the Bald Bearded Builder's doing a great job as a leader in our community. Was awarded a Microsoft MVP. Thank you so much for being a part of what we've done here on stream. Looks really good. Can we also add the footer style sample to the nav tree on the left of the samples project? and I'll merge at that point. Great stuff. I love seeing how enthusiastic Gareth is here, and want to encourage that, and everybody that participates, their name appears up at the top in our crawl. Wait for it. There it is. In the crawl going across there, we're going to show everybody's name that's participated in this project. So, yeah. All right. So I'm looking forward to that. Now, something else that Gareth was talking about and started asking about is, I opened this issue way long time ago when we started the project. Blazor sets @context as the default context variable name when you're building child components, when you're building templates. So it's kind of funny, it's kind of weird how, right, it's a different name versus different variable name versus what WebForms defaults to with it being item. It's actually item with a capital I. And right, so Gareth asked some questions about this. Well, I want to be able to convert this where it says context item, right, and we have item here capitalized. I want to have that so it looks as close as possible to be defaulted to that syntax. And I don't want folks to have to add this by default to every single component they use. Have it kind of have that syntax as like a third default, right? Add that into the list of searchable context variable names. If you find this, use this one. So we did a little bit of research on this, and he found some source code, and I did a little bit of testing here to see if we could force this by kind of specifying the context parameter is something else, and it didn't work. So we did a little bit more research here, went in and looked at a little bit of the tests that are going on, and I tagged in Ryan Nowak, who's the lead engineer on this, and Dan Roth. And Ryan wrote back to us and says, we deliberately do not allow a component to set the name of context. Creates a guessing game where different components in the ecosystem have different behaviors, and users have to figure it out for each library they use. I'm not sure I completely buy that, but I'd like to be able to specify a third option. Search down these, and here's the third one if it's not already set. Yes, we're writing lots of tests. Absolutely. We're not giving out participation awards here, Threnan. So, since we got that response, Gareth writes back, and I think this is the right way to go for now, so that we don't get too wrapped up in this. But let's document this as a step during conversion. And I think we already have something around that in our documentation for using the project. So I'm pretty happy to see that going forward. Best way to avoid to keep you from writing tests. That's easy. Martin has the solution. You don't need to write tests if you just don't write bugs. Right? Don't write bugs, and everything's going to work so much better. Go! Or do and fix them and test things. So, yeah, that's a thing. So this is going in the right direction. I'm happy with where we're progressing here. So I've written back, I've done my review here for Gareth. When he's done there, we'll be able to merge this in, and we'll be able to improve and have our unit tests ready to go for the footer style of our project. The Bald Bearded Builder makes a very good point here. In 20 years of development, never written a bug, but plenty of opportunities. Yeah, opportunities for other people to write some code and fix things. And Brave Cobra clears that up for us. It's simple. It's simple, really. There are no bugs. Only undocumented, unrequested features that don't necessarily work the best way. Yes, there are opportunities for improvement. So we've got these two pull requests here. We'll wait for a little bit of feedback before we merge them in. Really looking forward to them. And they'll help things out in the project. Is it a bug if it works on my machine? Asks Daredevil Ops. It's a bug if it doesn't work on my machine, or it doesn't work on somebody else's machine. So yeah. If you haven't written an infinite loop, you're not trying hard enough. This is true. This is true. So, yeah. All right. Let me head back over. So, I think in my source code on this machine, right? Let me take a look. Yeah, I'm still connected directly to the main project out there. So I'm going to go back over and today talk about the TreeView component and get back into writing some of the features for that. Because we experimented with a couple things around master pages and pages themselves and integrating with JavaScript. We've learned some things about that. We're going to come back to that. I'm going to document what we learned there, and we'll turn that into features documentation going forward. But I want to get back into writing some features, writing some capabilities for these components here live on stream, answering your questions, and doing some cool things together here, building together, and improving and adding to our components. Where did they go? I feel like the exit process for Vim has been the longest living bug in software history. Come on now. Exclamation point Q. Enter. Done. Right? Ah, come on. Did I say... I didn't say... No, I didn't say 16 gig of RAM. I've got 32, 24. I think it's 24 on this machine. We're good. We're good. Some say Mr. Jolly is still stuck in that session to this day. He's just got a Vim window open on another machine somewhere and just comes back to it every now and again. Don't tell NoWopCat. Don't tell her. Oh, those are... Is that how you get out of here? Escape key, quit, exit, (W). Sweet mother, let me out. Yeah. That'll get you out of Vim. Sure. Come on now.
Danger's my middle name.
That's what happens every time I open Vim. All right. Let me take a look at my branches here, because it's been a while since I've been on this machine. I believe I'm on feature TreeView data binding. Let me check out that branch. Feature TreeView data binding, right? I think that's what I'm on. I'm going to open up Visual Studio, head over to that project, which is here. There we go. And here's all of our images that are ready to go, format, and be able to present and let you choose the different image sets for our TreeView. And I built this out. I was working on this back and forth on the flight to Sweden, where I was there for Svitug this week with Jimmy and Jessica Engstrom and a whole bunch of other folks there, including our friend Richard Campbell for part of that. It was a great time. Really learned a lot while I was there, and I had an amazing trip home. No, I can't back that up. My flight was canceled out of Sweden. I was supposed to fly out at 7 a.m. And they first delayed it until about 10. I was already missing my flight out of London, my connecting flight out of London at that point. And then they canceled the flight out of Sweden. I was rescheduled onto a flight at 4 p.m. into London on SAS. Took the flight into London. Changed over to a Virgin Airways flight that went into Boston. Landed in Boston at 11 p.m. Spent the night in Boston because I had a 5 a.m. flight from Boston to Philadelphia, and I arrived in Philadelphia at 7:30 a.m. Eastern time. But that meant after I claimed my bags, got to my car, it was 8:30, and I drove home. By the time I got home, it was 9:15, 9:30, and I was supposed to start streaming a half hour later. Forget it. I only had 2 hours of sleep the night before. Wasn't happening. Sweet Tug or Sweet Talk? Both. It was a Sweet Talk. The ratings just went out for all the speakers. I'm happy to say that I had top marks, very good marks on my session. Really great stuff. Before I open up the read-only live share, I want to make sure that this works still. Let me make sure that everything builds properly here. I'm going to do a Control-Shift-B. And let's get back up to speed where we left off with the TreeView control, because we started adding in the ability to change the images, the icons that came along with the TreeView. That's where we left off. And I want to go in and take a look at that, get this done so you can change the theme for it. There's even the ability to set up custom icons for this. I want to be able to configure that and make that a thing inside of our project here. So that rebuilt successfully. I'm going to start the project. And then I'll open that read-only live share for folks to be able to connect. So, let's see here. I still have an open request out here for a voiceover from DJ Vortex. And we'll turn on that live share in just a minute. Come on now, start up. Let me close the video players here, since we're done watching movies. You can check out a Vim anytime, but you can never leave. Wasn't that a song? So, and I think I need to run another sticker giveaway here in just a minute as well. Here we go. I'll open up the live share, I'll run the sticker giveaway, and we'll get ready for building this. Hotel California. That's it. See, I knew that. No, I didn't. I can't. No. Didn't know. Right? Come on. Load up. There it is. It worked. TreeView. So this still works, and it still shows all of my icons appropriately over here. And they're behaving actually properly. Hang on, that's backwards. Right? See that? It's collapsed when it's not. I've got the images for that backwards. Alright, hang on. Over here, it's in the actual razor for this. Let's take a look at that. Right? ImageSet expand. Let me go back over. Where were the image sets? And we optimized the heck out of this. So I think I have collapse expand backwards. Where'd it go? Here. Right? So let me change this. So it's collapse, expand. And if I run that again, we should see this. Foo, that's a technical term? It is, Tired Ewok. Yes, it is. Sweet Vanea is here. Thank you for joining us. Yes. Happy Partnerversary indeed.
You're amazing. You figured this all out already.
We did. We figured this all out. There we go. That's expanding properly. So now I look over here, and these are... They do have the appropriate display. It's expanded, so it's the minus. I collapse it, and it becomes the plus. Good. Okay, that works properly. I have that fixed. Let's see. Next steps there. PSU girl, yeah. Tired Ewok, Sweet Vanea are here. Absolutely. It's a regular party. I'm going to start up that live share, and while folks are dialing in, I think we need to do a giveaway. And it's right as the music ends. Look at that. It's like I timed this out perfectly or something, right? There's the live share. I'm going to copy that onto the clipboard, paste it in so you can click that and jump in. I'll paste the link again because we're about to blow things out with another sticker giveaway. I've got stickers based on the bot, the C# logo, the rainbow bearded Clippy that I'll send to you anywhere in the world. All you have to do is exclamation point here. It'll put your name in the box, and we'll give away another set of stickers for my Partnerversary. And there we go, getting some folks hopping in there. We're going to make this quick. Everybody jump in, and we will give away some stickers because we want to celebrate. I want to celebrate and thank you. I want to make everybody, give everybody a chance to get a little something sent out to them. So, yeah, look at all these folks. Exclamation point here puts you in the box. for a chance to win. We got 10 seconds left on the thing. Not sticker. No. Exclamation point here. And hopefully you'll win a set of stickers. There we go. All right, let's do this. What do you say? I'm going to hit the button one more time. Here for stickers says this is links. Nice. I see what you did there. As usual, rigged. Stick the winner. Here we go. And go. Spin. Faster. Can't hear that. It's too quiet. And we're going to give some stickers. We're going to send them out to... Who's our lucky winner? Robert Tables won some a little bit earlier. We're going to send these out to... Tizzy Fuzz. Thank you so much. Lots of end-ends. Absolutely. Oh, my goodness. Congratulations. Always happy to send some stuff to... There we go. We're going to be spending some time. That didn't work. There it goes. All right. Dobo Nautilus. Sorry, you missed it. You missed it. Missed it by that much. And let me copy out the... There we go. So anybody can jump in. You're welcome to join. It's a read-only live share. Startup Visual Studio. Startup Visual Studio code. Click that live share button inside the application and fill out. You can even click that link and that I pasted there in the chat room, and you'll be able to get connected and interact with the code as we're writing it here live on stream. So it's properly doing the ImageSet collapse buttons, but I don't think it's going to work with all of our themes properly here inside of the TreeView. We also have to get to using and working with grid lines, right? There's the ability to put lines in the TreeView component that we paint on screen. We need to be able to turn that on and have it behave properly. Now, we got some of that source code that shows how that works. It was contributed to us generously by the MIT license, courtesy of the MIT license that the .NET framework is licensed with, that we're trying to emulate here. So let's take a look. There, you can see that. There's Brave Cobra. Hello, right there. And you're going to see other folks' icons and their little tape flag wander around as they're taking a look at the code and scrolling around in here. You're welcome to connect and take a look, wander wherever you'd like. And when I start the server, it'll launch a browser on your side as well. Hey there, Frank. See that? I believe it should be read-only, right? I thought I made it read-only. So did I make it read-only? No, I didn't. Oh my goodness. Hold the press. My bad. Let me hit the live share button one more time. Shmuley, hey there. How was the meetup last night? It was great. We had a lot of fun. I'm going to make that there. Click the read only. There we go. Copy links. Let's try a new link. Oh my goodness. Motown Andy wants party time. Oh, let's do that. There you go. You can click now and you'll get the read only. And we'll have that for the rest of the stream up. But Motown Andy wants to go to party mode for the next... Is it 5 minutes? Yeah, we'll do party mode. Here we go. Oopsie doodle indeed, diddle dan. There we go. Welcome back. DJ Fritzy Fritz hosting you here live for code and fun right here on Twitch. Here we go. All right. How is this outputting? How is this handling the different image sets that we have for folks to write code with their TreeView in Blazor. PSU girl says it all and says it perfectly right there. With the OMG. Oh yeah. We need the trigger hype train again, says Janescu. Maybe. That can be a thing. So welcome on in, tune in, join us, click into the code. We're gonna run this, we're gonna try out some other themes and see what they look like inside of our sample app since we started wiring up the ImageSet feature inside of this. Schmoly, are you kidding? Are you kidding? Look at this. It is entirely epic. This is how we write source code. This is how we build applications. It's a party. Welcome on in. Thanks so much, chat room. Woohoo! Nope, can't type anymore. I turned it off. We are in read-only live share mode. So we added the ability to specify.
Thanks for the party.
Thank you, Motown Andy. Oh yeah. 3 other folks in chat are gonna get emotes. And we're gonna have some fun with party time here for the next couple minutes. Image location is, where's that coming out of? Oh, it's where we stored it at. Yes. So our TreeView has an image set, and our image set is where'd they go? Where'd they go? No. TreeView image set, here it is. So we're going to be able to specify one of these image sets. There we go. Folks are leaving, that's okay. There's plenty of people hanging around here. Oh yeah. Let's head over. I'm going to tune the server side. Bald-bearded builder.
We want a hype train.
We can do it. We can turn it on. It's set to the lowest setting. Needs some subscriptions and that'll light it up. PSU girl is really liking party mode. Right? We've got other modes that we can light up here also. Just takes a little bit of channel points and we can have some fun as the Mad Titan or even Storyteller mode. But don't ask about the chipmunks. Don't go there, because that's a thing. The chipmunks are a thing. So let's try some of these other settings. Let's try arrows. So I'm gonna go up here into, after Blazor, go into the shared navigation because I can break that. I can have some fun there. There's my nav mode, right? And I can see what this looks like. So let's go TreeView. Here's the control. And I should be able to say ImageSet. And I want to be able to do TreeView ImageSet dot. Come on. I've angered Visual Studio. Oh no! Oh no! Daft chipmunks. That's a thing. Totally a thing. TreeView ImageSet, that didn't. I'm not getting my. Let's see, what do we got here? I need to be using this statically. So, let's see. Can I say at using static BlazorWebFormsComponents TreeView ImageSet? Now, why am I not getting that? Right. What are we missing? What are we doing wrong here? Because if I specify the whole enchilada, no, it's not there. I don't have the list. Daft chipmunks, I love the idea. We're close. We're close to doing the hype train. PSU girl. Thank you so much for that cheer. We're going to make a donation to code.org. They're helping kids learn about science and technology in the classroom by writing curriculum and other materials that they can use to teach programming to kids everywhere. It's really great stuff. Schmoly this is driving you nuts, then somebody's going to request the chipmunks, and it'll really drive you nuts. Thank you so much. Always enjoy party mode. Yeah. But this image set isn't lighting up the way that I thought it would. So I've got this, right, this way that I can specify a tree view. Oh, it's under enums. That's why. Because I'm pointing to the wrong thing. Right, so now I should be able to make this, right, arrows. And it should work now. I should be able to do this. And actually see what that looks like. So I'm going to start it, and everybody that's connected, all these folks that are up here connected to the live share, watch yourself, because browser is going to launch on your machine because you're connected directly into my machine here, and you're going to see a little bit of code running on your machine using Blazor. So here it goes. We're going to start this up, and we're going to share that server to you. Coolness happening indeed, Webface. And we'll take a look at what this looks like. Motown Andy, thank you for the redemption. I really appreciate that. There we go. Look, the arrows expand and collapse properly. That looks good. That looks really good. Oh my goodness. That worked better than I thought. Philly Man remotely launches browsers across the globe. Lannon's not wrong. That's... yeah. Right? It should have launched browsers on your machines. You see no browser? What? You should have gotten... it didn't add the server. No, let's add the server. It's on 5001. Well, we're going to need to add 5000 and 5001. Let me try that again. And it should launch for you automatically. All we need now is to get arrow keys working. Oh. You got an error. Oh, no. Let's do this. Let me start it with debugging. And that should kick off and attach to you. Just a viewer worked for you. SSL issue. Accept the SSL. Accept the SSL certificate and you'll get in. Because it's coming, you're getting an SSL certificate from my machine, is what's happening. Workspace directory. I'm not using workspace directory. Shmuley's got it. There we go. Still hasn't launched on my machine. I'm waiting for the browser to open. There we go. I'm using Microsoft Edge, the new Edge with Chromium extensions, so we can see what this looks like in something that thinks it's Chrome, but is actually Edge. And you should be able to click around into these, and it does work. It's not remembering the state of the tree over here. That's an issue that we do need to address in our sample here, but it's working. It does the appropriate thing. And you should be able to click around in there and have some fun with it. All the folks that are attached to the live share. So I'm kind of happy with how the arrows work. But what happens when I go and choose one that doesn't have values? Had to click, Frackberg did, but got it working on their machine. Webface says very cool. So this is a way for you to interact with the sample, and I think we need to deploy the samples at some point to somewhere out on the public web so that folks can see it and working. It's working. You had to click to open the browser. All right, didn't force your browser open. Well, thank you, Motown Andy, for the feedback. I will keep that in mind for next time. Mac just formed a union and are organizing a strike. Robert Tables, did it open a browser on your machine? Are you connected in here? So this is running it, and these look okay, but I think I need to have some default values if you don't, right? If you select one of these and it's not actually a thing. Right, because if you look at the list of the image sets, like bulleted list, I don't think there's, when I look in the folder, I don't think there's right? And you can expand and look in the dub root folder here, right? Bulleted list has leaf node, parent node, but it doesn't actually have the expand, no expand, collapse GIFs here. It doesn't have anything to go with those. So I think I kind of have to roll over, if it doesn't have those, into default collapse, default expand, default no expand, if those things don't exist. So I started down this idea of, well, right, if you have these values, if you don't have these values, maybe there's a Boolean flag that we need to set, or maybe there's a base to these, right? Oh no. Visual Studio's getting angry at me again. Estranged HD, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. The UI for the site looks nice. Well, thank you. Each one of these image sets, right, inherits from TreeView ImageSet, which is itself this up here. So I feel like I should probably have, right, I have the virtual string for each one of these. If I make it format file name, right, if it's not overridden, don't just format file name, collapse, and have it get the current name, but force it to default so that I get those default values for these. So that it lights up. Let me take a look here. Chrome doesn't allow for skipping the SSL error anymore, apparently. You sure? The click count is wrong. Well, it's just counting clicks. It's not counting open and closed items. iWAN plays. We're building, this is a TreeView that we're building inside of Blazor that looks and feels like the ASP.NET Web Forms. What's it called? The ASP.NET Web Forms controls. You're seeing a mistake over there. All right. Well, let's write it up and take a look at it. So, but I feel like the format file name, if it's not overridden, right? And these are sensible defaults. But if it's not overridden, we should be right. We've got these defaults here, where it's actually kind of stealing the default if it's there. Can I make this a little bit smarter and actually say, well, does this file exist on disk? If not, rerun this with and force the word default in there instead. I think I could do that. Where'd you go, Visual Studio? Rambling Geek!
Rambling Geek just resubscribed for 17 months.
Thank you so much, my friend. 17 months. I really appreciate you. Oh, no. Wait. I really appreciate the support, and we'll make another donation to code.org. So great to see you. Rambling Geek's another member of the Live Coders team. Really happy to support them and encourage other folks like him to be able to write code and share with their family what they're learning and working on. So, yeah, look at this. Yeah, LiveShare's kind of taking a powder on my machine here. I feel like I may need to gut it and reinstall it because I've got a bunch of test code around that written and available here. But how do I make this kind of default rollover if the image isn't there? If there aren't one of these in the folder, right? There's a thing there. Because when the application runs, I don't think it actually extracts and puts those files on disk. I think it kind of cheats, right? And has it hanging out there. Where is it? Open folder. We'll open the folder and we'll take a look at this. And I can explain a little bit more what's going on here. You did not just do that, Chris Jones. You are bringing... Yes, I stopped the server. That's why it crashed on you. This is links. No, it doesn't extract it to over here. You did not just bring the pain, Chris. I see what you did there. Yeah, it's hiding embedded in the DLL is what's happening, and it's rerouting it. Static web assets. There. Nope. Nope. So it doesn't actually write these things down for us, does it? No. All right. So we're going to need to do a little bit of work here to see about this. So as Visual Studio is causing issues, how about Notepad? Well, that's going to throw me out of doing live share for a bit. But we will do Notepad for the last 15 minutes that we're together here today. So thanks so much, folks, for tuning in, for joining us on the live share. I'm going to end the live share. And you can see the source code over there on GitHub. But we're going to jump out and we're going to go to Notepad. Thanks, Chris. Thanks. All right, so we will. I'm gonna go back over. This is the TreeView image set. I'm gonna wait for Visual Studio here. This is totally trolling Rambling Geek. I know. Let's go here and let me think. Where do I want to go? Down into source, WebFormsComponents, and we are working on the tree node image list. I believe it's under enums, right? That's where I was. Tree node image set. There we go. And not open with code. No, no, no. Notepad. And we'll put this over here. I'm going to shrink this down just a little bit and move into the source folder. I know. And I'm going to .NET Watch run over here so that I can kick this off. No, I can't do it there. It needs to be in samples. This one. And I'm just going to, I don't even want .NET run yet. But that's where I'm going to run. That's where I'm going to be acting from. Thank you for the follow, Spoon Knight. Welcome. Yeah, Rambling Geek. Something very strange is happening. Okay. I know that it doesn't have that image set available. I know that those values aren't there. Why have it go and discover these things when I already know that it doesn't exist? So what if we did this? Looking at the folder, right? I'm gonna have to look at the folder itself over here. Twitchloff!
Twitchloff just resubscribed for 4 months.
Thank you so much for the resub. 4 months. And we're going to make another donation to code.org. Really appreciate that. I'm not even going to look at it in the folder there. How's that? How you like that, Mupples? If I go up. Right? Look at that. Look at that. Look at the command line wizardry here. It is amazing. C# Josh.
Sharp Josh just resubscribed for 12 months.
Thank you so much. 1 year with us. That's going to put you into the rainbow beanie. Congratulations. Really appreciate your support. And we'll make another donation to code.org. Are we trying to build towards a hype train here? Is that what's going on? 2 subs. 1 or 2 more. And that should probably 2 or 3 more will pop open a sub train there. I meant to click the 15-minute timer, but we're already a few minutes in here. It's 10 minutes left. Set a timer for 10 minutes. Done. So I already know whether some of these features exist inside of each one of these. I feel like I could add just a property to the TreeView image set that says if this property is set, format file name. Otherwise, don't do anything. Return empty string. And we could handle that quite nicely. So let me do that. I'll put it right in here. There. So public bool has collapse. It has let's say images collapse. And I'm going to make this virtual. so that you override it. Right? Do I want to override it or do I just want to set it? Nah, set it. Get set. Not even set. I want it to be private. And I'm going to have this default to true. So the other types of images that we have here are the leaf node, parent node, root node. So let's call those nodes, right? What other types of images do we have? Collapse, expand, no expand. I'm not even using the no expand. There might be something in there that makes sense, but and I could probably say if these don't exist, right? Format file name and use the default version, I guess. Notepad coding would be nightmare. What do you think I'm going through here? Huh? What do you think this is? This isn't easy. Let me tell you something. This is only a test. If this were a real Fritz emergency, you'd be hearing about freaking out and panic. And we're not freaking out. We're not panicking. We're using the treasure that is Notepad. It's amazing. Not picnic, panic. No picnics, only panic. There we go. All right, so I have bulleted nodes for and those are just the node versions. So what I could do is, if these are set to false, I guess grab the default version of those and use those, right? Because and default actually doesn't have. Oh no, it does. It doesn't have nodes. Look at this, right? Default doesn't have parent node, leaf node, root node. So I would leave that as I want to look at what's in this folder. I want to see what these images look like. Let me pump up the font size here. Pump up the font size. Pump up the font size. No, that was a thing. So these are the images that it uses by default on those. No expand is... Oh, there is a no expand for some of these. Shucks. So we're going to need to handle no expand if there is a no expand. Otherwise, just put an empty string. Everyone just wants a picnic. I know. Life without IntelliSense, says Marcus. Yeah, that's a thing. Totally a thing.
Let me add some value.
Svava!
What mischief?
What mischief? What mischief? Let me...
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
I'm in Notepad. Come on. Help me out here. Liverwurst and onion sandwiches to the picnic. Maybe. That could be a thing. Okay, so if these are false, that these aren't a thing, does it roll over and, well, it has images node. If that's, if collapse is false, does it use the default ones? I don't know. I don't know. Here's the thing. I need to make the change in the before web forms version so I can take a look at it, so I can see if it actually works and what it does. And I can only recompile that with Visual Studio. Thanks. Thanks, friends. So let's do this. Let's at least wire up the has images collapse appropriately for each one of these real quick, so that we have that built and done. And we can at least test to make sure and enforce that for these up here, right? So if this is has images collapse, right? If that's true, then that, otherwise empty string. Right, see what I'm doing here? So if we do have images for the collapse of the tree, right? The things that appear on the side there. Actually put some images to it. So this is true. The bulleted tree list, none of these do the bulleted lists. So we're gonna start these with has images collapse equals false. Come here, you. So starting here, and we'll wire that up. That's not how you spell false. It'd be so much easier to write this if I wasn't in Notepad. Where else? Contacts. That does have it. We're good there. Default has it. We're good there. Events does not have it. Paste that in there. I see something going on in their chat room.
Fierce Kittens just resubscribed for 15 months. Happy Partnerversary.
Thank you so much, my friend. It means a ton to me that you're here. Thank you so much, Fierce Kittens, for the resub. 15 months with us. Fierce Kittens is another member of the Live Coders team. It's a little known fact, but Fierce Kittens programs every day writing games using Notepad. It's true. She's an amazing developer. She is phenomenal, and she can build games better, stronger, faster because she uses Notepad every day. And she prefers using JavaScript in Notepad. Just ask her on her stream. She'll be happy to tell you all about it. Notepad++. Oh, sorry. Got that wrong. So good to see you. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate your support. And we've done some pretty cool things together here in the last year. And gosh, none of the clips from our streams made it to the highlights this time, but we'll absolutely have to go back and look at some of those in a future stream. The nodes aren't in the FAQ. They're not. The collapse isn't here. It's so the next one it's in is MSDN. So let me make this. Okay, so that's fine. News TreeView ImageSet. Which one's that one? Here. That doesn't have the expand collapse, so we'll put that in there. Simple TreeView. These don't have anything. These don't have any values. My goodness. Windows TreeView has them, and the XP Explorer has them. Okay. So now I need to go back and I need to change the way that it renders and interacts with these things. See, I'm not trolling Kittens at all there, chat room. Not at all. Okay? But you know what I'm going to do as we're wrapping up here? I'm going to go over to that Razor view that goes with this, right? Here. So the Razor view that goes with this is the tree node Razor. What did you do? I can't even read it. Fairy Wings! Fairy Wings wants me to go to Comic Sans in Notepad for 15 minutes. I'm wrapping up. I'm right near the end here. What should we do? I could go for 15 minutes more. And we could do this. Need to broaden that inheritance chain. Start. What? What does that mean? I don't even know what that means. What does that mean? The inheritance chain? Starting to look like a family tree from... What? No. No. It's wonderful. It's because we're inheriting and we're not writing as much stuff here. Right? My goodness. It's just one inheritance. TreeView ImageSet, and we're overriding some values here. It's all good. So let me do this. This is what I'll do. I am going to go for 15 minutes more here on stream. We've only got... We're coming out of Notepad here. And I will turn on... we'll wire this up. Let me do this. I'm going to mark that as complete. Clear that out. You're not wrong. No, you're completely wrong. Completely wrong. Not enough branches. It's okay. There's that. Before I start the timer... That's okay. Let's see. Before we start the timer for the 15 minutes, I want to do our last giveaway. And our last giveaway that we're going to do today to celebrate the Partnerversary, I have Live Coders backpacks that have the Live Coders logo on the back. A couple folks here in the stream have some. Not everybody from the team got them. I primarily gave them to the folks that came to TwitchCon this year. But I want to make sure that everybody everybody that was there got one, but I'm giving the last few that I have. I've only got a few left. I want to make sure that I give them out to folks in our chat room that support the live coders.
Just gifted 5 subs.
Oh my gosh, gift subs. Thank you so much, M-Stew. And we really appreciate that. We're going to make 5 more donations to code.org. 25 other folks are going to get emotes in chat. Trap, Dark Repulsor, Twister Haze, Corzi, and G.A. Holic. Congratulations, you all just got gift subs. I think you can only do 1 hype train per stream because it's not triggering again. Exclamation point here will put you in the box, and instead we're going to give away a Live Coders backpack. And be able to show off to all your cool friends that you support the live coders, folks that write code live on Twitch. Exclamation point here. We'll ship this anywhere in the world. We're happy to support and help you show your support for the team, for the folks that are doing some really cool stuff to help teach about technology live on Twitch. So I'm going to give you 30 seconds. There we go. Exclamation point here. We'll put your name in the box, and we will make sure everybody gets a chance at the giveaway. In the world, are we not on the world? In the world, on the world, anywhere on the world? Yeah. We'll make sure everybody has a shot at this. 3, 2, 1. Let's hit that button. Let's give away a backpack. They're no Fierce Kitten's backpack. She makes cool backpacks on her stream, but this one is one that we had made specifically with the team logo on the back. Oh, Smab, so sorry. There we go, and we're going to send this out to Sukai Baru. Thank you so much for participating. Congratulations. And let me grab... There we go. And I will mail out the backpack to you. There you go. Drop me a line, and we will send that out. Thank you so much for participating in that. I'm going to go back over to Visual Studio. All of my code should have updated automatically for me. Ha-ha! Look, there it did. And I want to see if we can get this working so that this has images collapsed. Now, why isn't it actually letting me... Right, this is a public bool. Has... can we do protected set? Right, make sure that those can be set. Right? Why don't you like that? Oh, you know what? I need to do this. It's a TreeView image set. No, I need to override it. Because of how I've got this declared. Say that, right? Don't I? Right? Why am I not getting the thing? What am I doing wrong here, friends? I'm messing something up, and it's going to be something silly. It's going to be something that I'm just not paying attention to here because there's so much going on. Need a breakdance mode. We have party mode. That's a thing. That's available. We could certainly do that. So, very cool. I got Sukai Baru's information. We can send that out. Yeah, why am I not getting... Right? I should be able to say override has images collapse. Right? Public virtual bool, that's a property. Get protected set equals true. Override bool. No. Why am I not? There. Okay. Has images collapse. Ugh. Oh my goodness. That's awful. I'm gonna make this get protected set. Now that feels like terrible syntax for this. It's gonna work, but this still looks like terrible syntax here. You know? Wait a sec. Wait a tick. Hang on. I got an idea. I got an idea here, friends. Let's take this. Right? And up here, let's put it on these things. Kasuken!
Kaz, you can just resubscribe for 18 months.
Thank you so much for that. 18 months. There you go. It's put you in a year and a half. It's going to put you in, I forget which color the hat is now at 18 months. I think it might be orange? Orange and white? Welcome in. Thank you so much. Yeah, let me just do that. And just move these over there. See that? Because I didn't have the IntelliSense, I didn't know I was making a stupid mistake. I'm not a real developer. Split this so I can see. And down here. That was bulleted list. I thought I fixed that one. Come on. What did I do? Visual Studio is not happy with me. Contacts we're not going to touch. Right? Contacts has images? Yeah, it does. Okay. Default. It was events, FAQ, inbox. Those ones we need to do like this. Okay. MSDN has one, but this one, that one, that one. Windows and XP Explorer, we're good on those. Okay. So let's get rid of these in here now. And I should... Right? I should be able to compile after I get this working. After I get this nailed down. Now, why am I getting some... There we go. Let me rebuild. And then I'll have to wire up how to handle what that means to have has images collapse equals false. Do I need a semi at the end of those? Yeah, because it's a new statement. Rats. Fine. Fine. Be that way. Here we go. This, that, the other. Good. All right. One more time, we're going to build this. And I didn't turn on Comic Sans. Rats. Let me turn on Comic Sans. Get that going. Control Q. We'll go into fonts, and I'm not going to take any more font redemptions, editor redemptions today, because we're going to wrap up here when we're done this. We'll wire this up so that it properly responds to when you don't have those themes. When those features aren't available in those themes, and we'll turn it on appropriately.
Make it so.
Yes, we will make it so. I shall indeed. MBB.
Boy just resubscribed for 8 months. Don't leave just yet.
Don't leave just yet. Thank you so much. 8 months. Appreciate that. 15 minutes on the Comic Sans clock. Here we go. No. We'll be on for about 15 more minutes, and then we'll roll over to the next streamer. MBB. Holy crow!
Moist Booty Boy just gifted 20 subs.
Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Thank you for the whoa. 20 gift subs into the chat. 100 emotes shared out for the Valentine's holiday. We're going to make 20 donations to code.org. Thank you so much, MBB. We're going to see gift subs go out to Erin Doss, Mr. Dog 80, Derek Zador, Adam TT 222, Chronic 123, Dave Paquette, Axe Hepez. Mamuna Proton? Matt. Wow. Matt, a.k.a. Sigmund Frankus. Revaxis, Instafluff, X Toledo 419, Biaco, K the Blade Runner, MB Crump, Pyrocat, Yon Lions, Harry Contame, and Massive Quasar. Congratulations, you all just got gift subscriptions, and we're going to make donations to code.org. Thank you so much, MBB. I really appreciate the gift subs out there. Holy smokes. And I was trying to make a mug cake for today, but it's hard for me to find gluten-free stuff, and I didn't quite get my stuff together in time to make a mug cake to help celebrate our Partnerversary today. We're going to do that a little bit later this week to make the Partnerversary something that we'll talk about and recognize here on stream. But also as a salute to our friend Instafluff, have a little mug cake here on stream later in the week. All right. Musical Bookworm. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for those bits. Yes, thank you. And we'll make another donation to code.org. So I have now the ability for it to output an empty string if we don't have these things. So let me go back to the tree node itself when it formats and outputs this information down here. So it's not just the image for whether it's expanded or not to show this. If it's not available, we should probably make it the image. We should probably make it the image default no image, right? Wasn't there a default no collapse or something? No expand. There it is. So default no expand. Right, when we look at, where is it? Default no expand is just an empty space. So even before, this is going to be a little bit confusing. MBB, oh my goodness. Stream is so influential in this community. The more people that get to experience it, the better. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate those very kind words and that very kind gesture. I agree. The more people that get to experience it, the better. Indeed. I feel like, right, this should, if these are empty, we should default it to that no expand. Right? Regardless of the expand state. So let's do this. Yeah, if that is... This is going to get a little confusing here. Hold on. String is null or empty. The collapse. If it is null or empty, we should have it default to...
And then?
No and then. No, there is no and then. Something like... I'm not sure why everything turned blue there. That's better. Image location, and it's going to be... Right, if we want to force it into the default no expand GIF. So let me copy that, and I'll just paste that in. That should work. Otherwise, right, it's actually going to test if it's expanded and set the value appropriately. Let's see what that looks like. You love when those line up perfectly in sentence. Yeah. All right, let's see what we get. Yep, we didn't set a project today. Kabazi's here. Hello. Hello. Let's see what I can come up with here. Do.
Anticipation.
Thank you. All right. So there's our arrows. That lines up and works properly over there. But let's change it to the bullets where it doesn't have an image set there. So if I change this to... There we go. Let's make it bulleted list. And I'll come back over here and refresh. Well, that didn't do anything. That didn't work. What happened? Fine, rerun. I'll show you. Oh, you know what? It's because I'm running on the local server instead of on IIS. If I was on IIS, I'd be able to get it to refresh. So, I know, that is a long ternary, and that's going to be a problem. There we go. So, I still have the ability to click these and have it expand and collapse. But I think it's actually supposed to be when you click on these, then it expands and collapses. So, I don't quite have the behavior, but I do have it appropriately hiding when it's not supposed to be showing. So I'm not quite where I want it to be. But it works, right? It does the thing. Open that up. Right, so that appropriately works. What were some of the other ones that do have it? Windows. Let's set it to the Windows version. Right? Because that has a set, that an icon set. It's working not as intended is the wrong word for this. It's working. It needs, there's a better behavior it should have that it doesn't quite have yet. And this is taking a long time to restart. There it goes. That's not right. That's not right. Why doesn't it like that? Right, image source, content, BlazorWebFormsComponents, TreeView, Windows, collapse, GIF. Oh, you know what? It's not called Windows. Oh no, there it is. No, wait. Windows help expand, not just Windows. It's Windows help. Well, I'm going to rename those files. Same thing with XP Explorer. See those? Right? Because the name of that set... Oh, no, is it XP Explorer? Alright, so I need to fix the names of these things. We can do that. So let me get rid of... Right, I can rename that. Right? So I renamed it. That's not hard. Okay. And I need to put something in here to kind of force the refresh. No. I need to force a rebuild, so I'm going to need to control F5 into this. About 6 minutes left on doing Comic Sans, and we'll wrap this up. But I think we need to go back, and the click action for those other nodes needs to be able to do the expand collapse as well. We need to analyze what that means so that we behave appropriately for these components that we're building. And then we'll set up our RAID here in just a minute. So better, it's got that white background on it. And it looks appropriate for the expand collapse and showing things. The ones that don't have anything next to them, I think they're supposed to have the no expand image if they don't have an option, if they don't have it set. So I think all right, so we need to do a little bit of analysis here and figure out how exactly should those images behave so that we can set some requirements and finish building this appropriately, because we're not quite there. This doesn't behave quite right. So as we wrap up here, let's do this. I'm going to roll over to here. And I'm going to go to the issues. Oh, look at that. We got an update. We'll take a look at that in a second. Maybe we merge it today. And let's do this. I'm going to create an issue here. TreeView, analyze how the images and clicks and click expansion should work. We need some concrete requirements and tests to verify that images are placed appropriately for the various image sets. This means the following, right? What is the behavior of the no expand images? Right? Because we have images that are called no expand. Well, what do? Are they supposed to be placed on everything? Are you supposed to be able to click them and have them do something? What do those things do? If there are no images, does clicking the parent nodes expand? Oh my gosh, T Grum! Thank you so much for the sub. Welcome on in, my friend. That's T Grum. He's one of the leaders of the Philadelphia Twitch community. Welcome on in. So good to see you, my friend. We're just going to write up a little bug report here so we can follow up on this later, and we're going to set up our raid in just a minute. And I'm still using Comic Sans in Visual Studio because some channel points were redeemed here in the channel. Yeah, big hype for T Grum. Oh yeah. If there are no images, does clicking on the parent nodes of the tree, right, like you see here in Visual Studio, does that actually expand and collapse things? In Visual Studio, it doesn't. Expand and collapse the tree, right? What else? Where and how are the grid lines placed? We need to figure out grid lines inside of our tree. So, similar to 4 existing issues. That's neat, but it's not this one. So we're going to create that issue. So we need to do a little bit of analysis, figure this out before we can move forward with how we want our tree to behave, this tree component to work, because it just doesn't feel right now. And we also need to override the images with the images inside of these various other things, right? Leaf node, parent node, root node. What do those look like? What does that behave like? Let me head over here to the before. So this is our project that contains the way that things used to work. Let me open this up and I'm going to show you the tree view, and this is how it originally behaved. Look at that source code. It looks hideous in this style. So I should be able to say ImageSet equals, and you're not gonna give me the thing. You make me feel shame here. Right? Can I make this Windows? Oh, that's brilliant. Thank you, Visual Studio. Yeah, we're gonna have fun with that. Control S is blowing up. Nice. Let's start this. There's VODs out there from the stream last night, from the Philly Twitch streamer meetup. I encourage you to check it out. T-Grum, do you have, can you share a link to the channel or to the VOD from last night's meetup? Because you get to meet a lot of folks from the Philadelphia community from that video, and I'll make sure that you get to meet and learn a little bit about some of those folks that are doing some neat work, playing games and growing and building our Philadelphia community on Twitch. We're that great spot. We're not New York. We're not DC. So we're not political, and we're not pompous like those New Yorkers. We're Philly. We're hardworking, and we're a great group of folks that work hard and play hard together. Look at that. I broke it. Why didn't that work? Oh, because it's called Windows Help. Son of a gun, are you kidding me? I got that wrong? Got that really wrong is what I got. There we go. So, it didn't actually show up. It didn't actually show up. So I'm going to need to do a little bit of work here, and my Visual Studio is not behaving. But I'm going to have to spend some time doing that. And I've got to fix now, the name of this is supposed to be Windows Help, not Windows. Let me see if I can fix that real quick. I want to make sure that these names match. It's important that they match so that going forward, you can use the same names everywhere. So this is Windows Help, which means I can go back and change the names of those files back, right? Can I just Control Z in here? Can I do that? Is that a thing? But it's not, right? It's Windows _ help in here. Well, I can rename that to Windows Help like that so it matches. Because I pick out the file names for these by convention. Whatever the name of the thing is, by convention it has the same file name. So that should work better now over here. MBB says, does a real cheesesteak come with or without whiz? Your choice. The question is, does it come with? I like mine. My cheesesteak American with. And that's the way I do it. Happy Partnerversary. Lily Hazel is here. Hello, Lily. Welcome in. There, T Grum with a link to the Twitch Philadelphia stream. Thank you so much. What are the advantages of ASP.NET over Node? Asks Pimplachek. Pimplachek. Oh, I can go on about this one for a while. Let me start checking in my source code here. Let me start wrapping up as I answer your question. So let me wrap up here. Let me get my code checked in, and I'll answer your question. Node is a very distributed system that a lot of folks use out there across a whole bunch of different verticals, and it works great on Windows, Mac, and Linux, and it uses JavaScript. The problem with it is JavaScript is dynamic. It doesn't really have anybody that's responsible for managing the ecosystem. There is no one invested partner that's going to take you by the hand and help support you for a long time with how that framework works. C#.NET, you have an invested partner. You have Microsoft. You have the .NET Foundation that are sponsoring, managing, and enhancing the ability for open source projects to make that ecosystem better. Now, the JavaScript Foundation, it merged into, I believe it's now part of the Linux Foundation, does the same thing for Node, but you get the same things happening now from Microsoft with managing and supporting the open source ecosystem. But you have a bunch of folks that are building and developing great tools, great features for C# and .NET to make it excellent everywhere. Static typing as well is very much a thing. So let me add all my changes here. And we are going to, I need to go up one more. I'm going to commit these changes. So that's why I like C#, is it's got all these features and it works great to build applications, build libraries that work Windows, Mac, Linux, and mobile devices, and game systems, and IoT devices, and the cloud. Take your pick. It works everywhere. Tremendous library of functionality that's available to you. And we're going to call this working on the image sets and compatibility. Yes. I heard a question. Happy Partnerversary. There's InstaFluff. Hello. Windows Help TreeView. No, we're okay. We're good. And compatibility of images and how they are displayed. I'll get that committed and push that up. That's all signed with my stuff. Do I need to rename the class? No, the class is fine. It's actually the name of the name of this. It doesn't actually. Oh no, TreeView image set. If I do that, that'll fix. And git commit -a amend. Did I spell amend right? No, I didn't. There we go. Attach that. Git push force, because I just pushed it up there. There it goes. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. We're going to set up a raid here. InstaFluff, I tried to get my stuff together so I could make a mug cake today. I'm not as prepared as you. I need to get my stuff together, and we're going to set that up for later this week. But InstaFluff is another member of the Live Coders team. Lily Hazel, she's a member of the Live Coders team. Make sure you check out InstaFluff's channel. He's over there on InstaFluff. And we're gonna set up for our raid here today. And of course, it's Sunday. We want to keep things going with the Live Coders. Our friend No Op Cat is streaming right now. She's been a tremendous influence on me. I know she was an influence on a lot of other folks that write code, that teach here on Twitch. Let's set up. We're going to start a raid over there. She's actually hosting a guest today. So let's set up the rest. Set up the raid. Get folks ready to head over. Copy that text. Put it onto your clipboard. If you're a subscriber, copy this line right here. All your base are belong to us. If you're not a subscriber, that's okay. Copy the second line with the bombs here. Get ready. We're going to go raid No Op Cat. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. This has been my Partnerversary. Thank you for a year of your support. And I'll see you next time.